What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, for today's video, I thought it would be a fun idea to go ahead and dive deep. And when I say deep, I mean really deep into Black Ops Cold War. Not really focusing on campaign or zombies or anything of that sort, because it's not really my cup of tea, even though campaign is. But really what I specialize in, as you guys already know if you've been watching my channel for a while now, is multiplayer. And I gotta be honest, I feel like Black Ops Cold War is probably one of the most underappreciated games known to mankind. Not underrated, underappreciated. Because realistically, Treyarch did do a lot of magic with this title, and yet and still, to this current date, they get crapped on the most out of the four most recent titles. So I thought it would be a cool idea to go ahead, dive deep, show you guys in detail all the features that Black Ops Cold War had to offer, why this game is probably the best out of the four most recent CODs, and really just show you guys why, when it comes to playing a game, Call of Duty, current date, this is usually the one that I end up, gravitating towards. But, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you do enjoy what you hear in today's video and you want to hear some more stuff revolving around Call of Duty, Battlefield, or even X-Defined, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button. And last but not least, we are back over on Kick, live streaming pretty much every single day. So if you guys want to go ahead and support that grind, see what's going on, hang out with the community, hang out with the fam, and obviously get some good vibes with me as well, don't forget you guys can find the link to my Kick channel down in the description of this video. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to go ahead and touch upon the movement in Black Ops Cold War, because I feel like movement is a pretty important topic when it comes to the Call of Duty community, and it's been something that we've been complaining about time and time again. I gotta be honest with you guys, I think Black Ops Cold War probably had the best movement out of the past, four Call of Duty games that we've had. Modern Warfare 2019 up to current date with Modern Warfare 2 2022. No tac sprinting, none of that cheese, no, movement exploits. You had a simple little slide cancel, which, didn't benefit you to get a movement speed, movement boosts. It was just simply there for a skill gap. And at the same time, you got a little speed boost every single time that you, either engage with an enemy, pick up a head glitch really quickly. It encourages the pick and move playstyle that Call of Duty is always known for compared to, current date with Modern Warfare 2 2022. They encourage more of, pick minus the move, right? I'll actually go ahead and showcase to you guys really quickly how movement for me personally works in Modern Warfare 2 2022 and why I don't like the tac sprint anymore and just why it feels so spammy. As you can see right here, I mean, this is how I move pretty much 24/7 when it comes to this game or any game that requires tac sprinting, because it allows me to get the speed boost of the tac sprint. I don't run out of tac sprint because I'm not using it 24/7, and at the same time, since I'm not full on sprinting all the time and I'm constantly taking little breaks in between, that allows me to up my gun, get my ADS up a little bit quicker, because it's not counting me as I'm in a sprinting motion, which helps me get into gunfights quicker. Again, it's all the extra little steps that are just spammy and obnoxious compared to Black Ops Cold War, where I simply run, I can slide if I want to a little bit, and you get a little bit of speed boost after you pick and move a little bit. It encourages you to move. It encourages you to flank. It encourages you to want to rotate the map instead of pick a power position and hold it for the remainder of the game. And while we're on the topic of going ahead and picking up a power position and never moving for the remainder of the game, that leads me into the next reason why I think Black Ops Cold War is probably the best out of the past four Call of Duty games, and that is the attachments in the gunsmith. I want to say it's the best gunsmith system, but the way they handle the attachments in Black Ops Cold War is a night and day difference. As you can see right here, ladies and gentlemen, I went ahead and loaded up some Modern Warfare 2 to showcase the attachments on these weapons to, kind of explain exactly what I'm talking about. Before we get into the attachments, I do want to say, I hate this perk system with all my heart. This is probably single-handedly one of the main reasons why this, this gunsmith system is atrocious nowadays. But back over to the attachments here. As you can see, literally, everything affects your ADS when it comes to this game, and it really does showcase to you that they want you to have a very slow-paced, playstyle. Now, for my personal attachments, I usually deck it out a little bit more so I can have more ADS, I guess I should say. But my goodness, if you want a barrel, every barrel is going to kill your ADS. ADS speeds, ADS movement, ADS, ADS, hip, recoil, movement speeds, ADS, hip, bullet velocity, recoil, and that's a little bit better. But I mean, all these barrels are going to absolutely kill your ADS. I'm not talking about slightly. I'm not talking about minor. No, I'm talking about huge changes here. Same thing when it comes to all of this stuff. All your muzzles, aim down sight speeds, aim down sight speeds, aim down sight speeds, aim down sight speeds, aim down sight. Like what? What? Every muzzle. You cannot put on one muzzle on this game unless you want it to affect your ADS speed. What about the underbarrels? I wonder. Aim down sight speeds, aim down sight speed, aim down sight speed, aim down sight speed, aim. Everything. I mean, some of them are, maybe not, but then they don't really benefit you. Maybe aiming idle stability. Oh, so when I'm aiming while I'm standing still, this is going to benefit me. No, I want to move. I want to rotate, and this is only going to benefit me while I'm standing still. You guys see what I'm starting to say here? You go all over these. Every single one of them, ADS speeds, ammunition doesn't really matter because that's just the ammo type, doesn't really affect anything besides, maybe damage and stuff, but magazine, same thing, movement speed and ADS speeds and stuff of that sort when you want to put a magazine on your gun. Every scope is going to kill your ADS speeds in this game. Everything. Your freaking stocks, everything is going to probably kill it. I only have one stock option that's going to, increase the speeds of my ADS, which I have to put on to make this gun even semi-usable, competing so I can actually move in this game. Same thing when it comes to, this, aiming stability, aim walking movement speed. There's always just such massive, horrible negatives. All these ADS speeds, everything. Everything kills your ADS. And then you move over to a system, something like Black Ops Cold War, which is just tremendously better. Now, I will say, it was a tad bit rough with the secondaries allowing you to have shotguns. This was, and the shotguns were extremely overpowered. As you can see, I have just extremely high-level shotguns. And hold on, before we do this, let me show you my combat record. Some of my top guns in this game are the shotgun. Where's it at, man? Let me go. Street Sweeper. With 6,300 bodies, bro, for my 5th most used gun. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, they were ridiculous. And it was the meta of the game. If you weren't using a secondary shotgun or something like these secondary pistols, you're going to probably get overwhelmed. But aside that, everything else was just so good. I mean, you have your regular perks that we all want in a classic Call of Duty game. And on top of that, the attachments actually function good. They don't kill your gun. I mean, look at the freaking underbarrels, okay? I have a underbarrel made for recoil, okay? And any other Infinity Ward game, if you want to put something on your gun to control recoil, you're screwing yourself at this point. You're going to be ADSing so slow, but in this game, it's just shooting move speed. So your strafing speed is going to be tuned down a little bit. But again, going back to my gameplay, my style, I like to be fast-paced. I like to run and gun. I'm running around corners, jumping corners. Maybe I'll slide it, shoot movement speed. It's annoying sometimes, but that's not going to kill my playstyle. And I can still take this off and the gun will be just as good because they don't kill the base versions of the weapons and make them completely unusable, compared to a decked out version of that weapon. Moving on to the barrel, I have another barrel. Effective damage range and bullet velocity increase with no cons. No cons at all. I can increase the damage of my weapon if I want to, and I don't have to worry about ADSing slower. Fantastic. And some of these, yeah, they do mess around with things, like this one right here. Will, sprinting move speed, aim walking movement speed. But, again, no ADS reductions, right? They're not trying to slow you down. If you're trying to run and gun and, play aggressively, they're not going to say, okay, well, you can't look down your sights. You're screwed. You're not getting in gun. No. You can deck out your gun to be faster if you want to, which that's how my weapon is. But if you do want to change things around, it's not going to kill your gameplay. Effective damage range, max starting ammo, effective damage range. And these don't even have any cons. Like, guys, seriously, look at this. Open your eyes. The muzzles. Look at this. Effective damage range on this one, bullet velocity. Horizontal recoil control, that's it. Shooting move speed, horizontal recoil control. Effective damage, like nothing even is taken away from your ADS so far. There's something that takes away from your ADS. I have to find it real quick. I have to find it. Here we go. Here we go. A freaking laser. The lasers are what... If you want to reveal, someone's name tag from a far range, then yes, your aiding down sight speeds is going to be a bit slower. But not a lot of people use this type of stuff. Oh, man. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful to see. Did any of the grips have any ADS reductions? Aim walking, nothing, none of these reduce how, how fast or how slow you're going to go ahead and aim your weapon. I think the mags might, right? No, well, yeah, okay, a little bit, but you can put on a 40-round drum and it doesn't affect it, Not every single large mag is going to kill your gun. If you want to have a speed mag, then yeah, to balance it out so, not everybody has fast hands out here, aim down sight speeds will be a little bit lower, but, you don't have to. You don't feel forced into it, In Modern Warfare 2, you have, a couple of options. If you want to up your mag count, you're already screwing yourself. There is no other options for upping your mag count and not screwing over your gun. There is none, but in here, there is. It's just fantastic. But yeah, a lot of the mags, they do have ADS speeds that are reduced. But again, for 50-round drums and stuff like that, 50-round fast mags, yeah, I think it's worth it. If you're going to want to, carry a crap ton of ammo to mow down enemies, it has to be some reduction. It has to be some counter for it. I think that's a good change. Then obviously you have the grips here, grip tapes, sprint to fire times. Yeah, it's a little rough here, but it's not all of them again. It's not all of them, which is a fantastic thing. And then also the stocks on your weapon as well. Look at these. Nothing. Hip fire accuracy. At the end of the day, I don't have to say anything further. This just proves my point. That Treyarch nailed the system 10 trillion times better than, Infinity Ward, and they made their game more fast-paced. And honestly, the attachment system is just far more superior. Then, of course, the maps. Now, I'll be honest here. I was a little disappointed when the first, initial maps launched for this game because there was no content. These were the initial maps right here. I think it ended at Satellite because Nuketown wasn't even in the game day one. That came a little bit later, like, a month later or something like that? So these were your initial maps. Armada, Cartel, Checkmate, Crossroads, Garrison, Miami, Moscow, Satellite. And honestly, I would say maybe Moscow and Crossroads were like the only ones that I really enjoyed playing on. Garrison sometimes, but it could get very sweaty very quickly. And the rest of them were like mediocre. Armada's a little bit better now with, less sweats, but, it wasn't the best base content. And again, it wasn't anything at all. How many maps was this? 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 8 maps at launch, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? 8 launch maps. And over half of them weren't even that fantastic. It was rough. But as the game grew on, it got better. For example, Miami turned into Miami Strike. I think I can actually find that down here somewhere. Do they have Miami? They have to have Miami Strike up in this list. I probably just passed it up. Here it is right here. The smaller version of Miami, and they brought in so many fantastic maps here. As you can see, they brought in Raid. The Pines was actually a decent map. I know a lot of people didn't really care for it, but I thought it was pretty decent. Express, a go-to favorite. Apocalypse was a banger in my personal opinion. Miami Strike, like I just said, fantastic. Diesel's a great map. I never knew how to pronounce this map. Yamanchua. Yamanchu. I know I'm going to get roasted in the comment section. Another great map. Standoff. Fan favorite. All of these. Collateral. Hijacked. Rush. Echelon. Or Echelon. I think it's Echelon, right? Drive-In. Slums. Zoo. America. Deprogram. All these were really cool, unique maps. We even got WMD and Jungle. I mean, like I said, the map selection was actually pretty fun in this game by the end of its life cycle. And Treyarch so far has been the only team that actually stepped out of their comfort zone and, changed their maps. No other development team says, oh, they hate the map. They think it's too large. Screw it. Keep it in. No, they heard our feedback with Miami and then made Miami. They actually shrunk down the version of the map to make it a little bit more enjoyable for us, And even though it was only one map, it was still one step better than, what we get with Infinity Ward nowadays. And you got to keep in mind, all of this stuff was done and produced with a small development cycle. Treyarch didn't have a full time on this game. It was Sledgehammer's project. They had to come in, save the day, pick up, what was left off by Sledgehammer, which obviously the foundation was already made and such. But, with the time that they've had to make this, along with having to try to make their own experience, they also tried to do their own little version of Battle Royale within Black Ops Cold War. Didn't really do too well, but they did that. They had to work on Warzone, their version of that, which was an absolute disaster, the integration. But again, along with that disaster, which took a lot of their time to go ahead and fix, Activision has been on Treyarch's ass for the longest time now. And even when they are just absolutely being drugged through the mud, they still produce a better product than pretty much every other development team across the board. And like I said, I really do feel like Black Ops Cold War is underappreciated. Again, it is nowhere close to the OGs. It can't even touch the OGs. Not even in our dreams. But I can admit that in the past 4 CODs, this has probably been the closest thing that we've had to a more classic traditional experience. Mixed, of course, with the more, fast-paced styles of what Call of Duty is about nowadays. I'll be honest, back in the day, COD, it was fast. It was always a fast-paced arcadey game, but compared to what, people want nowadays, COD has definitely evolved. But, like I said, Treyarch was able to give us that evolution of what people have been wanting out of Call of Duty, make it a bit more faster, while at the same time recognizing what made COD great in the past. And with them being able to do that with the time that they've had, I'm really excited to see what their next game is. I really am, because they finally have a full development cycle, and I want to see if they can actually put out something that's worth it. If they can't, then, it is what it is, but with knowing the time that they've had to develop this game, I've always given them a little bit of slack. And that's why I think I respect this title a little bit more. And again, like I said before, I really do believe that Black Ops Cold War is very underappreciated. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. Make sure you go down in the comment section and leave your opinions on what you guys think about Black Ops Cold War. Do you guys still play it? Do you guys not play it? I gotta be honest, after they updated the servers and made sure the security is up to date, I've been dabbling in it a lot, and I've been having a really good time. It's very casual right now. Not many sweats on. And like I said, just between the movement and just how the attachments work and just all the systems lined up together within Black Ops Cold War. Out of the past 4 CODs, if you're looking for something that's modern, something that's more up to date, that's Call of Duty, that doesn't completely kill the vibes of what COD is about, I think this is honestly your best bet. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, on chat me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams to video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.